Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. Welcome to Positively Brendan. And if you can tell who our two guests are, it's Nosy Ren and
Wait, why'd y'all just
Mystical
go
Jake.
silent?
Because we're live.
We're live.
We're streaming right now.
You are on camera. Candid camera.
We got the Giggle Girls along with Becca and myself tonight. And Nosy's having an issue, but we don't need to know because I'm not nosy. She is. Anyway, so how's everybody doing? Hi, Sean, and well, Nosy, Catnip, my super mod, Michelle, J-Jax, Alice. I don't know if Jamie's still here, but Jamie was here. So hi, Jamie, if you're here.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Okay, I just want to make sure because
Okay.
technology.
Yeah. Welcome to Linda Low Budget Production again with Positively Brendan. And we have, I loved your introduction, by the way, Becca.
Yay.
Welcome all you crazy cats and kittens. And we say that on behalf of Jinx and Nosy. I should have Stacy's song, which I absolutely love. So everybody check out that song from Tiger King by Stacy Seabrook. And it's
called In Search of Don Lewis.
Yeah, In Search of Don Lewis. I'm sure Catnip will link it. She doesn't talk about anything.
Y'all went silent again. Damn it.
What?
She can't hear us. We can just talk all kinds of nonsense about Nosy and her giggle.
Yeah.
She doesn't know nothing.
Okay, I can hear y'all now.
All right,
okay.
then.
Okay.
Don't be talking shit.
That's right. But
We already did. You missed it.
I did.
Banner says Tweet Storm Sunday. So remember to use hashtag Bring Brendan Home and hashtag Gov Evers.
Okay.
Evers.
Whatever.
Evers.
Evers. Okay.
I said it the wrong way for the longest time.
I did too.
I put their names. But anyway, as you can see, that'll be running across here. Thank you, Rosemary, for starting that for Brendan. So we're going to be doing
Ignore the cartoons in the background.
Well, it makes it more exciting. I mean, you ever been? Hi, Caroline. Ever been on Alive with Jade Sharp? All the kids. It's fun. I mean, it doesn't bother me a bit. Like I said, low budget. Linda.
Oh, I'm behind on the chat. Okay.
We got it going on. So, Becca,
hi, everyone.
Tell us about.
I said hi, everyone in chat. It says only 7 people watching, but clearly based off chat, that is a lie.
Yeah.
There's 9 people, I think, now.
Well, that's okay.
Well, at 7:30, I will post in the Don Lewis group for everyone to join us if we're still going.
Yeah.
And Ripper, he says he'll never go live during this.
Stacy's song is thebomb.com.
Yep. It
really is. It makes me happy whenever I listen to it.
It should make you happy. It's about you and about Jinxie.
He knocked that one out of the park.
I think it's great.
By George! By George! This stuff is George! What?
By George.
I think he nailed it. He tells the story. You know what I mean? We ain't we're looking for Jack Donald Lewis. That's what it's all about. It's closure for Jack
Y'all
Donald
went
Lewis.
silent again.
Carol and her cats. Okay, let Carol and her cats go live in a big sandbox somewhere. But tell us where the hell Don Lewis is, correct?
Right.
Right.
And that's all we want. We want answers, for the family. They deserve answers.
Oh yeah.
So let's find Jack Donald Lewis.
Exactly. Find a word.
Yeah.
$100,000 for up for grabs, guys. Anyone with information that can lead to the conviction of.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Isn't it like more than that now? Because Carol's got one out too. Oh, that was you get him alive. He had to be alive.
She does have a reward out there that was put out there, but it was Yeah, to bring him home alive, or there was some other stipulation in there, but it wasn't to like find him. You know.
Right.
No, not at all. It was not.
Mhm.
Cat goes, this cat, no relation. He's
Well,
no
just
relation to Cat.
you better be
Girl,
careful,
fucking
Cat,
Justin.
because she likes to take cats from their owners.
Yeah. I mean, she
Oop.
does the same damn thing, that she complained that Joe Exotic does. She has a zoo, you know what I mean? She gets people
Yeah.
for whatever. So as far as I'm concerned, she's a dirty doer, that Carol fucking Baskin.
Ew. I just smell mothballs and
How'd you get
Mothball.
your nose
Right
between
now.
their little legs? I'm sorry. That was a joke
because
I learned
I am
long
a
time
visual
ago.
person. I'm a visual person, and along with visual images comes the reminder of scent, damn it, and
You know something,
mothballs.
Nosy?
She didn't get my joke.
I know maybe she didn't, but I gotta tell you, I love
I
old
didn't. I'll
movies.
just tell you I didn't.
Are you talking about me?
No, I love old movies. So when you say that mothballs, I used to say to my mom, God, I wonder how they can hug each other. They must smell like mothballs, and I'm just an old movie.
Well, I had a grandma down in Louisiana that her whole fucking house smelled like mothballs every time we visited. And it made me want to throw up. And the second I got home from visiting after 2 weeks, my mom, she didn't even know hugs, no nothing. Get your ass in the shower and go wash your damn clothes. And that's how I feel like it would be to hug Carol.
Yeah, like that's what I was
I
these people. Like they're hugging. Oh my gosh, their clothes must smell like that. It really did. But see,
I don't know about mothballs, but I do picture like a cat smell.
Boss reception.
Our Man Family, done by Barb, little Barb again. She did the thumbnail and the banner behind me, which I really love. It says Our
Great
Man
work.
Fam.
Great work, little Barb.
Yep, she's doing really good work. So Becca, what's up with Brendan?
Well, we got the chicken event coming up soon in the next 5 days, I
Becca.
believe, or 4 days. Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you, sweetie.
Okay.
I can't.
Uh-oh.
I think Nosy needs to clean her ears.
No, it's my damn country living ass Wi-Fi.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
you're still with us, so when you fade out, then we'll have trouble, but you'll come back in. Go ahead,
That's
Beck.
okay. Go ahead, Beck.
Yes, the grilled chicken event's coming up in the next 4 days. So that's fun. If anyone still wants to participate, I have the event in Justice and Freedom group, and then if you're not in that group, just use the hashtag #BeBrendanBrave. And if you want to participate, all I'm asking is, you could post like a little hi or a paragraph or something positive to support, or eat some chicken and take a picture of it, and I'll collect the pictures and send them to him.
Sounds good to me. I love chicken. I just made chicken. I love
Yeah.
What were they? Chicken ramen?
Yeah.
It could be any form of chicken. Like, for instance, I'm actually considering doing vegan chicken. So
What is vegan chicken?
Not chicken
it's
at all.
not
Yeah.
chicken. Not chicken.
Is it like an Impossible Burger, which I absolutely think is fantastic?
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly. It's just it's soy-based product that tastes like chicken, but it's not.
Well, I tell you what, that burger tastes great. So if that chicken tastes great, I'd eat that too. Maybe I'd lose some of this fat that I got.
Yeah.
I can't hear Becca
Well, I
at
don't
all.
know.
I can hear y'all, but not her.
Huh.
I don't
Maybe
know.
try going in and coming out, going out and coming in again. I don't know.
I can try it if you want.
Weird. Okay, I'm gonna
It's
leave
not
and
you,
come back.
Becca.
I'm gonna leave
let
and come
me-
back.
Okay. It's
Okay.
not you, honey.
Okay. Well,
We
so
hear you
that's
fine.
coming up. I know he's really excited about those kinds of things and having people participate. So please consider doing that, even if it's on your own, as far as you send your own picture to him or something like that. So, yeah. And
Yeah.
then so I'm gonna go back to like the basics as far as Be Brendan Brave. Um so tomorrow's Be Brendan Brave is mostly just show your support. So if you have anything like t-shirts, buttons, wristbands, hats, I know some people have masks nowadays, anything like that where you can take a picture of yourself or the thing or whatever and then post it with the either you can post it with wherever I post on Facebook, like if you're following me on Facebook, if you're in one of the groups, or if you're not and you want to just stick to Twitter, just make sure you use the Be Brendan Brave, and I'll find it.
That's on Twitter, right? Be Brendan Brave on Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess if you wanted to, you could also do it on Facebook as long as it's a public post. I can find it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, plus it's always in the description below. I got everything we talk about and then some. So, you know, you can catch these guys, you know, on Twitter and over, you know, watching Ripper Jack with that Tiger King stuff. Can you hear us now, Nosy? Can you hear Becca?
Yes, I can. Yes,
Okay,
I
good.
can.
Good.
Yay.
Oh, into low
See
budget.
how I can
That's
fix
one.
technology? I'm your tech guy.
Oh, you
Just
know,
leave and come back.
yeah, you can come back. That's the way I do it around here. Miss Chris says, hi, Nosy.
Hi.
So that's all I have really on that. I know Brendan's doing good. He always
Jack's son,
Huh?
Galateki. Jack's son. Hello. J Jack's son.
Hi, Jackson.
It's Galateki.
Don't ask me to say that, please. I'll just call you Gal, which kind of more fun, you know, whatever.
Right, exactly. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
Gal.
You know me, I interrupt. I'm sorry. I made him forget what he was talking about.
Sorry.
Giggle show. Everybody get ready to giggle.
Earlier this morning we were in a voice chat, me and Jinxie, and she just randomly starts giggling out of nowhere in silence. And I'm like, uh-oh.
I was having other chats.
No,
I know. I was just like, oh no, something's what is she planning?
She is up to something. No, she had thoughts. Thoughts. Maybe random what she's gonna do. Maybe random we're gonna get you Carol. Maybe, man, what am I doing sitting here with Becca not saying anything?
So I'm working on
You never know.
I've been working the last 2 days on a spreadsheet that I plan to share. I don't know how to make it shareable to everyone.
Is it on Google Drive? Is it
on yeah.
No, because I don't trust sending out a link to my Google Drive to folks on the internet.
You just do one sheet on Google Drive and then you can share just that sheet.
Yep.
But this sheet is the Excel sheet is going to be like, so it's like a document, but the document is going to have like 25 fucking sheets. Like it's going to be long as fuck. I don't care about sharing it. I don't want it to be linked up to anything with me. So
I think we made a Don Lewis email when we first started the group that we never used.
It's for Brendan, not Don.
Oh.
Yeah, this is something she had me and her discussed about reaching out to more people to see who we can find that can help.
I saw on Twitter that supposedly there's supposed to be like an email tweet or an email storm or a tweet storm, whatever.
Yeah.
That's on Sunday.
I will not have this information ready by Sunday. It sucks, but
that's fine.
You know,
I think I think honestly if we can still do the Sunday thing on our, you know, and help them out, but then I do think eventually we need to plan a tweet storm date, probably in a couple of weeks.
I think that would be good for that Brendan Brigade that Wizard's trying to get going, which is
that's true.
He was talking about sending videos to him at Brendan.
Yeah, that's another thing. we need to get on that. So if everybody, wants to do that, you just make a quick little video.
We were talking about the video, and we changed the video from going to Brendan to going to Governor
Evers.
and other prominent people. So if you want to make a video that says something like, "Hi, Governor Evers. My name is Jinx. I am with Brendan's brigade, and we are fighting for the freedom of the actual innocent Brendan Dassey. Please give him clemency. Thank you." Something short to the point. And then we were hoping, Sean was hoping to string a lot of those together and put them out to video so that they can be, massively tweeted to Governor Evers or the senators out there, or senators anywhere, the president, whoever, anyone who can stand up and take notice.
Yeah. So we definitely got like a different amount of irons in the fires, I guess, going on.
Yeah. we need to get his name out there and really get Governor Evers, because he's like right now that's where it sits. It sits on his lap, and he needs to
But
know
what do
that
you
there's
guys
many
think
people out there.
What do you guys think since Governor Evers is bound by politics and advisors and blah 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 bullshit? I think we should expand our research on Governor Evers. I think we should expand our research. And I'm sorry if y'all weren't ready to talk about this, but it was just a thought in my mind.
Let it fly.
But you have to think about it. Governor Evers, he's the governor of the entire state of Wisconsin. He has a militia behind him, protecting him, supporting him, advising him, all this and that. And our messages to Governor Evers are 100%, in my opinion, completely ignored for political reasons. And so that's why I think that instead of focusing so much on Governor Evers, everyone needs to be focusing on who is around him. What are their names? What are their backgrounds? What have they in the past aligned with? What bills have they supported? Who did they work for before, and what did they do for criminal justice reform? I think that it's just so much deeper than just Governor Evers, because just like any political person, the president, a governor, or whatever, they're nothing but a fucking puppet, and behind them is somebody else running the shit show.
Yep, exactly.
I gotta mute y'all. I gotta mute because I gotta walk in my house and surround sound is on, so I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, I think that's a great freaking idea. I do love the idea of recording a little video and saying what Jinxie said. I mean, Jinx should just put one out there so we can say the whole same thing every time. You can say the same thing, Who cares? I mean, repetitive behavior, you know what I mean? Makes repetitive. So
I think both ideas, Sean's, the wizard's idea, and then what Nosy, I was going to help her bring up more of that list too. So I was going to
and
start
also
sending her.
Think about this, but even as a child, when you're in kindergarten, first grade, second grade, you learn how to I'm going somewhere with this, I swear, but you learn you start to learn about your ABCs and your 1, 2, 3s, and y'all do them daily, and you sing songs, and you whatever, and eventually your kid, or whatever kid is watching a show, and they hear something and it relates to something they've learned because they've heard it it's kind of like a brainwashing type thing, and it works on people like Governor Evers, when he hears the same thing over and over and over and over, and people who are saying that thing reaches out to other people, and you say the same thing over and over and over and over and over, you start to see it places, you start to dream about it, you start to hear it in your sleep, you start to wake up because you're dreaming of scenarios and stuff like that. And we have the community, in my opinion, and the capability to do that to Governor Evers. But the problem is Governor Evers is not personally running his Twitter account. That's why I think that it's pretty much moot at this point. And when we were talking on Discord the other day, someone said something about getting his wife involved, and I think that's a great idea, because usually political people who hold office, their wives are like, you know, quote
They're
unquote,
part of it, right? They do
deemed to do something important or whatever. And so I think that at this point it's come to a time where you have to start targeting people around Governor Evers that are actually running their Twitter accounts, that are actually answering emails and phone calls and stuff like that, because Governor Evers has an entire team dedicated to his fucking social media.
Right. Exactly. And I know for a fact that the more, you know, if he's like Jamie, he's from Wisconsin, and he says they call him one term, the one term, what something that's back here. I don't remember where I want to get it right. They call him one term Tony. Okay. So
And why do they call him that?
if that's
because they don't expect him to get reelected.
right, in that case, that's why my thinking is he's going to do it on his way out, because he's not going to be there politically. So he might just say, well, I'm going to let Brendan out.
I don't think he will. I really don't.
From my understanding, Jinxie, the way the politicalness is set up in Wisconsin, it's a very Republican state. And Evers is a Democrat. And it kind of seemed like they only voted for Evers because it wasn't Scott Walker.
Right.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So I don't think that he's going to make another term just because it doesn't look like.
Can he run again, Walker, next time?
I think you can,
again?
yeah.
He can, because he only served one term.
I think governor though you can serve multiple, can't you?
Scott, I don't know.
Like I don't think there's like a term limit on that.
On governor?
Yeah, I don't think so. I could be very wrong. I wasn't great in
even though they put Tony in office, no one in the state of Wisconsin, based off what I've read, is gonna want anyone remotely like Scott Walker. You know, he was the first governor. He was the first governor in a certain. Hold on, my swing is squeaking. He was the first governor that, I don't know the time frame, but like the first governor that did not even do like a single pardon during his term.
Yeah, he wasn't a great governor at all.
Right.
No, I think you're right. He even made a point to say that he would never pardon anybody in Wisconsin while he was on. Yep. He just they really wanted him out. So I think they were just going to vote for anybody who wasn't him, and Evers just happened to be that guy. But I don't think he's going to make it for a second term just because they don't. Especially, and I don't want to bring up politics necessarily, but like if you see the tone in America right now with everything going on, being a Democrat isn't really popular. So I don't think that he's going to make it a second term just based on that.
Yeah, Dr. Stokman says Evers has a chance to do the right thing here. The state needs to collaborate a false and coerced confession before it slams the door shut on someone, just like Judge Duffin and the 7th Court judges.
There's 3 was there in the 7th Court that were for Brendan. 3, and then they heard it again, and there was the same 3 that voted for Brendan, and another 4 voted against him, right?
Yeah.
I don't even remember. I thought one of them recused themselves or something.
That was they even heard it.
Jack says, I was just going to say, Jack says, Brendan has been locked up for 14 years, 6 months, 1 week, 3 days, or 5,308 days.
Yeah. I will say though that I do think Evers has a heart for Brendan. I just don't know if he would do it just because based on his own like pardon board, it seemed like he set it up to not be favorable for somebody like in Brendan's position. So I don't know.
It does seem
but
like
he
that.
He can do whatever he wants though, even without his pardon board.
Responsibility of the fallback.
Yeah.
Right. And honestly, Brendan does fit their criteria because He is not guilty of anything. He's completely
Okay.
100% innocent.
He is actually innocent, but technically he does
Right.
not fit the criteria due to legal reasons.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
So while yes, he is innocent, he didn't commit the crime, but on paper,
Yep. Because he's convicted. You know,
that's the problem. So
right, you're right, 100%. It's just it's like they said. It seems like it is set up to just not fit Brendan. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
it seems like he's particularly set it up to that way. It wouldn't happen for him. It kind of sucks. I'm hoping that last thing he does before he walks out that door on his term is he does, pardon Brendan. Yeah. So
maybe he does feel for him as a person. You know what I'm saying? As a person, but as a governor, he's bound by his, his.
Stupid.
I thought, doesn't he have the power to give him clemency though anyway, and that's why they're fighting for that still, because
he still has to this right now at this second he can still do it. He is, but he's just choosing not to for whatever reasons that are important to him that are stupid.
Yeah. It's
everyone else. Yep, exactly.
Stupid is not stupid's a kind word.
Stupid's a very kind word. I just
I call it completely fucked up and fucked over for Brendan. I really do.
Yeah.
Sorry for my life. But it's completely asinine that they would do this to a kid. And like I said, and I always say in the past, if you can learn from somebody's mistake, well, there's millions of people that are learning from Brendan's. Okay. And it's about time you let him out, because he's taught millions not to do what he's done, or not to allow the authorities to do what they have done to him. So why shouldn't he reap the benefit of freedom?
Right.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? But yeah, that I like Nosey's idea.
Rosie,
Nosy, Jinxie, whatever. The person over here to me. The person over here to me.
One below me.
Can we get 9 boxes in here and do the Brady Bunch thing where we all are looking at everybody in the box? Because
there's a story of a good little girl, and she carries the other one by her side.
Y'all.
But yeah, I like Nosey's idea as far as we do like reaching out to the people around Evers. I think that's definitely going to I know he sees us, but he's like, I can't really do anything. I know that, I feel like that's what his thing in his head is. But I feel like if we make more noise to where he definitely can't escape it, I think that's going to be
right. And Nosey's right. We should definitely make noise to those around him who advise him, because then they'll be here too. Yeah.
That's So I support that idea. I think that's great.
And also to that is part of the spreadsheet I'm working on, is not only the reporters all over the state of Wisconsin, but it's also all of the advocates for Brendan, their contact and email information. And it's also, I'm looking into the exoneration list of people who have been exonerated, and I'm trying to, so I have spoken to 3 of the Central Park 5 before in private messaging. So I'm hoping that with my speaking to them, and I don't have a relationship with them, but like they know where I stand and who I am fighting for. So I'm hoping that once I get the spreadsheet together, that we can send that out and everyone can send their messages, videos, emails, thoughts, whatever. I believe things like that work. The only reason I say that is because when I started advocating for Rodney Reed, it wasn't a big deal in the media. It wasn't, celebrities were not fighting for him, and people were like, yeah, this dude has a crazy, background that makes him look extremely guilty. But as we all know in the community, that whenever you look at the evidence and you look at the experts who are coming out and saying these things, and you have an expert that did the autopsy for JFK, it's like, okay, well, I really can't ignore this information. And so, when I started tweeting out stuff about Rodney Reed, it wasn't, I didn't know who was going to pay attention because I'm a nobody in the community at the time. But I mean, within like 30 days of me joining the camp, and I drove to Austin to meet the family and other people involved and this and that. And Rodney Reed ended up with more signatures on a petition for the governor to stop his execution than the actual governor got for his fucking votes on election. And so when you reach out to people like this, and then, they believe in the cause and they reach out to people, it really can work. And we had a lot of negative comments about, John Lewis and our mission and what we were doing, but it really does work. And if you have that negative mentality, my signature is just one signature. Yeah, but you may know 5 people that agree with you, and then they know 5 people, and then they know 5 people, and then they know 5 people. So that's how, and that's just my marketing mentality, because that is my background. But I do believe that, I'm all down for the rally in Manitowoc every year that is put on a Saturday. That, in my opinion, I don't understand why it's on a Saturday when no one's at work and paying attention. But that's just my personal thoughts on it. But, in the Rodney Reed case, we marched to the governor's house, and we marched to we marched to the Capitol, and we people were set up with concession stands and stuff. Like it was an all-day event. It was something like so spiritual and so moving, because it just gives you hope that so many people can not just trust what, the media says or what comes out in articles and shit like that in regards to Stephen and Brendan, but it's, these people that are actually looking at the case and the transcripts and reading the new discovery and all this and that. So it makes a difference. You just got to get people on board that believe in
I
that.
would like to see a rally one time at Calumet County.
Yep, me too. Yep,
that's where the rally needs to be held. It doesn't need to be held
just
in
think
Manitowoc.
about it. Wiegert is the one who coerced Brendan, and he is now a sheriff. We really should have had a rally while he was rallying to be sheriff. We should have been out there in his area saying, "Do not vote for."
Oh, they were there
Sheriff
whenever
Wiegert.
they were there. They even had the officers patrolling. I have pictures. Not only was Manitowoc patrolling the rally, but they had Calumet County sheriff's officers out there. I have
Where was that?
Yes, I do. Last year,
I don't remember seeing any Calumet County sheriff's officers there.
Me and Lulu, because Lulu is skinny as hell and she gets cold as hell, and it was rainy and cold. So me and her, we went back to just sit in the car for a few minutes, and whenever we did, that's when we saw the patrol officers coming through, and we saw the Manitowoc or sheriff's department, police officers, whatever. But we also, during that rally, Calumet County had passed through there, because I snapped a picture, because I had turned to somebody, I don't remember who it was, but I was like, why the fuck is Calumet County officers here?
I want to see that picture.
Okay,
I want to do that loop, like you said, go in front of the Calumet County during the week, like on a Friday or
he can
Thursday.
Still be recalled, during his term. So
and loop the thing. Okay, Brendan, who shot her in the head? Okay, Brendan, who shot her in the head? Okay, Brendan, it's okay. We already know. You just
all
have
the
to
touching, just put
Yeah,
all of the
the
touches
touch of the
together
knee.
with no sound, just so they can see how he
Yeah,
they sexually harassed him, in my opinion. So that just be looped, that would be great too.
they falsified they falsified a friendship to they genuinely lie straight to him and pretend to be there for him, and then of course it gets a bomb locked on him. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. I'm
And
all for
it
that.
would have to be during the week with Calumet County, because I'm pretty sure he'll probably work, Monday through Friday during the day, since he's sheriff,
Right.
probably has those great hours. So you'd have to do it so that he knows you're out there. He knows you're
Yeah.
screaming recall Uyghur.
And there's nothing he can do about it either. He
Nope.
can't come out there and violate constitutional rights and shit.
That's
And
right.
so I know there's a rally being planned or whatever, but
For Madison, yeah.
yeah. But it needs to be, we don't need to go to Manitowoc. I mean, I understand that's where Stephen lived and where it started, but
There could be
Calumet.
a tour of the Avery thing on a certain day, but rally somewhere else now, because it isn't helping at Manitowoc anymore. It's not.
Yep.
It's not doing anything. There's nobody there. It's closed. There's nobody business there. I'm not saying anything against the family who has done this for the years that they've done it. It's been great. I went there.
Why can't it be at both on a week? Like they do it on a Saturday for Manitowoc, and then for Friday during the day you go out there on the last day of the week and you do Calumet County, and then most people come up on Friday and spend the night at the hotel the night before. So you go to Calumet County, check into Manitowoc that evening, and then do the Manitowoc thing on Saturday. I could see that doing. I know there was at one point, I don't know how many times they did it, but I think it was the 2018 rally was done for 2 days. They did it, but it was at Manitowoc for 2 days. So I don't see why we couldn't do something like that too. That would just be great. I mean, then you're getting both targets, and then they're doing Madison in October, so they're hitting that target. Maybe there needs to be more rallies every year, not just once a year.
Exactly. I mean,
I know.
They're not working.
I know. I would want to go in front of Evers' house.
Yeah.
So are you guys going to go out there still and do that in October?
I'm still planning on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to get some. I need to find out how they were doing the permits or whatever they were doing. I
was talking to the person who's putting together the Manitowoc rally for next year, and she said they don't really need a permit. They just need to let them know that they're going to be out there. So you might not even need a permit. You might just need to contact, the capital and let them know, or that county, Dane County, I think that's Dane County in Madison, and you just contact them and let them know, I guess, that you you're going to be out there and doing
you're going to be protesting.
Cool. I do know that
it might be different in Dane County, but the best thing you can do is call and ask. I mean, and then you find out what's going on. I had talked to anybody from Eagle Nation, Linda or Becca, because I know that was supposed to be also a joint rally for Eagle Nation on one day, and then it was supposed to be Governor Evers for the second day, right?
That's what I was always curious about, was who's actually running this rally in October.
Well, it sounded like
it was Eric Cody.
Yeah, but
going to be a big part of it. So, I mean, maybe somebody has to check in with the other Eagle Nation and see what's going on that.
I talked to them. I called them, and I talked to Kay, and Kay said that it was Eric Cozy, and she was getting trying to help him get permits or something. But I needed to talk to Steve. Well, I just got just a few minutes ago, a text from Kay, and it has to do with the Eagle Nation and that. So I won't know right now what it is.
So
but
maybe next week you fill everybody in on that, because that's for Brendan too, going out and right on his doorstep.
And like my thought is that even if the one in Madison doesn't work out, or for whatever reasons, I can still have my own little mini one in front of Evers's office or something like that. So
Well, I'll be there with you. You won't be alone on that, Becca. If they don't have
Yeah.
the big, not, I'll still be with you. I'll still go
Yeah.
there.
I'm just letting you know, like I'm planning on going out there. If it doesn't happen in Madison, then I'm going in front of Evers's office. And whoever wants to join me in that can, because honestly, I feel like for me that's important, because I want Evers to know, like, I'm standing right in front of you, like you can't.
Yep,
Can't
there's
ignore
some
me
people
anymore.
in
I'm
front of
right
you.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about that.
Exactly. I want to be right there. I want to be in his face. I wanted to see him, to see me holding a sign, talking some truth about Brendan. And, I don't care if I have to loop things on my little thing like I did Stacy's songs, I mean, you know what I mean? When I did that, I'll do whatever I have to do. I don't care. I'll dress up in a weird costume. It doesn't bother me. I don't give a shit. I
Oh,
got no
please
Can you
don't
dress
let
up?
it be that one weird costume.
Well,
Because
I'm not going to do that, but I'm just saying I would not stop. There's pretty much nothing that would stop me from standing up for Brendan in front of the governor's office. You know what I mean? I'll even go to jail. I'll take a case for it. Okay, if that's
Well,
what
that
happens.
I actually found out I don't want to go to jail because I'm from out of state, so I might
Yeah.
you at that point. But
So mine,
I might be like, okay, bye.
yeah,
behave.
But
That's it.
I would
but
be respectful. I would never be
no,
rude.
Keep it
I'm just
classy
saying
for
I
Brendan Dassey, right?
That's right.
I'm just saying the second, like, it might be one of those things where first I'm there and then now I'm not. Like, I'm just
Yeah, here I am there.
because I don't want to spend the night in Wisconsin jail.
Well,
Does.
here you stay there. That's what all I know, because I grew up next to it and I've been there. And if you get in trouble, you got to pay or stay, depending on your
Yeah. And
But
honestly, if I called my parents and said, "Hey, I need some bail money," they'd be like, "Well, have fun living there." But I know that I know I would be staying. So
T1 has a question. He wants to know, is there something significant with the date of these plans? Are they up for re-election in November? All I know is it coincides with something with the Eagle Nation case.
It goes with wrongful conviction day, which is October 2nd. But
Okay.
they were, but
yeah, I do know that I think he picked October because he thought that would be farther enough away from all the COVID stuff to not make it that much of an issue. And two, I will say, and I don't know if this is how he planned it, but Brendan's birthday is October 19th.
Yeah.
So that would be pretty cool, actually, if on the 19th, too, if we did something. Like, maybe on the 19th, I'll go in front of Evers' office. And then on the 20th, I'll see if Madison's happening. If not, then I'll go back in front of the Evers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'll be tagging with you. So, I mean, we'll be a team somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
You guys got to team up with Eagle Nation, too, on what
Yeah.
I'll get all of them. I mean, believe me, I'm very close to them people. I went out there. I took care of that stuff last time when they were opening up the $50 million bullet. I got my shirt just like Eric Cozy does. I can't wait to wear it. But anyway, so I know them people and I know them pretty well. So I should be able to.
Did you hear Stacy's song?
I just got a message from her. I know Kay was had some surgery, heart surgery, or watch. Be careful for that. So she's out of it. It's successful. So I'm, congratulations. Glad you're okay, Kay. Is Nosy still there?
I'm here.
Because I love your ideas. You got to write this stuff down, dude.
Well, I just relate everything to like when I'm researching or trying to find someone in this community, I just go back to my marketing background. And if anyone out there knows marketing, then you know how much of a creep you have to be to find money. If your job is to bring in money for a living, you have somewhat of the hustler mentality and you can fucking find people like nobody's business. So I just relate this community to that. And when I want to find people, I just go online and I'm like, okay, well, if I'm talking about wrongful convictions of minors, where would the biggest platform be, you know, for something like that? And so I'll research it, Google it, whatever, find it, and then I just infiltrate that group and I annoy them in their messages and make them listen to me just like I did all of you.
We should rename you Noisy Nosy.
I mean, okay. Because if I have questions and I have stalked you long enough to know that you can answer those questions, I'm going to be a thorn in your ass.
I like that, I guess. You know, it gets it done. I need some lessons. Yeah.
This is what I love about the community too, is it's like there's so many different backgrounds of people in the community that together we become a force, you know, like I thought about marketing because I have no background in marketing, that kind of thing. And
It's
here
just
knows,
so, like,
I don't know about DNA and all of that. Here comes,
You're a
you know,
clipper.
there was
You're a clipper.
Scooby and
Yes.
Dr. Silkman. They're great at that, you know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Yep.
just am professional at stalking people. That may or may not be a bad thing. And the only reason I've ever done anything like that in my life is not for any like murderous plots. Carol Baskin, but I'm just it was because I'm fucking nosy. It's like I want to know the answer to my fucking questions, and
Well,
I'm going to find the person that will answer me. And at some point, you will find a person that will answer you. You just do. I've never failed so far, and you just have to fucking, you know, dig and ask questions. If you don't ask, you're never gonna know.
It's true.
Yeah.
A closed mouth does not get fed. You know.
And what I've learned in this community is like reporters and people like Innocence Project and stuff like that, they're not off limits. You know, when you're just sitting back watching shit on bullshit 48 hours, you're, you know, you can reach out, you literally can reach out and touch those people. And that's what a lot of people don't realize, is that while you're sitting there watching this on TV and this and that or whatever, you can actually reach out and touch those people and make them respond to you. And I've learned that in this community. And so that's why I think the spreadsheet I'm doing, which is also going to extend to Oklahoma.
I love that you're doing a spreadsheet, by the way. That's just makes my day.
I'm not gonna lie. I am falling asleep at my computer at times and cussing it out and contemplating breaking it across my knee. But you know, whatever is best for the greater good. But I'm also doing that for Daniel Holtzclaw. So I'm not only going to have a Wisconsin spreadsheet, but I'm going to have an Oklahoma spreadsheet. And the Oklahoma spreadsheet can actually extend to other cases like Julius Jones. And so I think it's a really important thing, especially there's so many people out there that want to contact, you know, media people, and oh no, one of my flowers died, and you know, all the right people and whatnot, but at the same time they don't take the time to research who they should be talking to and this and that. And if I can just put out there for the mass, just click this fucking link and you can Twitter them, you can Facebook them, you can Instagram them, you can actually call them, because some of them do provide phone numbers. You can, you know, whatever it is that however you want to contact them. I'm going to put out this spreadsheet that gives every person supporting all of these people a way to do that. So I think that's, yeah, and I think that's super important in cases like the ones that we follow.
Nosy, I'm telling you, that is a fucking fantastic idea, man. I'm telling you what, I'll use it. I will click on people.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I have made a living off of convincing people to listen to me and give me their money. So I feel like, you know, messaging a reporter or an investigative reporter or someone in the media, like, you can really, really make an impact, because if they buy what you're selling, they're going to stick with it. They're going to report on it. They're going to reach out to their friends and their contacts and be like, hey, like, I know we're like the minority in this thinking, but I have these facts, these facts, these facts. And for all of those true journalists out there, the local journalists out there, like they live for people like us in our community because they know, and that's why they're independent journalists, is because they don't rock with what the mainstream media goes with.
Right, right. And
And so I
I get
think
that.
for Brendan, that's just super important. And I have so many questions when it comes to Brendan. Someone answered my question the other day about the amicus briefs. There's been like
250.
yeah. So there's been I have never
That's
seen.
Waxman.
I've never seen that. I did not even know
crazy.
that amicus briefs had been filed for Brendan.
I
And
can, there's a link to him. Eric Cozy's channel. He
yes,
has them.
yes. Someone told me about that, and they told me that if I just go to bringbrendanhome.com, that they'll be
Yep.
on
The
there.
org.
But or
.org.
org, bringbrendanhome.org.
In the description.
I'm trying to figure out how 250 amicus briefs got ignored by the state
Right.
of Wisconsin.
Especially by who they were, the credibility of the people behind them is
Yes.
unbelievable. Seth Waxman. Think about that for a second. That man has went to the Supreme Court and been a lawyer and fought them twice. Now that
Oh
is like
wow.
unheard of. Okay, so why wouldn't
Well,
they?
I did get blocked by a Supreme Court attorney a while back.
That's
He
funny.
Yeah, he is a Supreme Court attorney, and I was battling him over the facts of I think it was Rodney Reed's case. And
I was gonna say, I think I remember seeing that on
yes,
Twitter.
and when I dropped those fucking Michael Baden facts, which Michael Baden, however you say his name, he's actually the medical examiner that did the autopsy for JFK.
Hmm.
JFK. Okay.
Wow.
Now, for the fact of Rodney Reed to have not one but two medical examiners that have Michael Baden, he examined JFK. I'm not 100% on the credentials of the other guy, but they are up there just like Michael Baden. So, yeah, I mean, that kind of stuff. The Supreme Court lawyer, he was boasting about the cases he had won and all this and that. And I'm like, hey, congratulations. How does it feel for someone with no law degree and no background to fucking upstage you when it comes to facts? How does that feel? How does that sink in? How do you feel at night when you go to bed? Does it bug you? Does it keep you up at night? Like, I just want to know. But anyways, he blocked me, and then I got a suspension. Surprise, surprise. But yeah, I don't give a fuck if you've been to the Supreme Court. If you're a fucking bullshit ass attorney and all you did was win on technicalities and not factual evidence, fuck you. I don't give a fuck about you. You're not anyone respectable. And that's just my opinion.
Yeah, no kidding. I like the way though that you say we can get a hold of these people and we can bug them
Absolutely.
like you did, and then we can get blocked because you've gotten to them if you did.
I'm gonna call her the Brazian ninja.
Oh my God.
Well, I like these ideas for getting a hold of
You got two new names,
the
Nosy.
right people, the right people listen, doing the video, or doing a voice thing for it. I really do. I really think that's going to get some attention. We got to do something, because that's why I first started doing this, is because I just never heard nothing about Brendan. I didn't know what we were going to do. I just knew the only person that outside of Tracy Keogh, and I think she's extremely busy doing her own thing, and I wouldn't even ask her, because of that, was Becca. Becca knows Brendan. You know what I'm saying? She, corresponds with Brendan. She knows what Brendan's likes or dislikes aren't, so that's where it came from. I just said, we just need to talk about Brendan. I don't care if we're on there for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, 3 hours, whatever it is. I'm not going to set nothing on it.
I think a really untapped market for Brendan is going to be the places like the NBA and NFL. And the
I
reason
got Kim Kardashian. It took me.
and the reason I say that is because I know that Kim Kardashian has come out and supported Brendan, but at the same time, you have people like Jay-Z and Yo Gotti and Meek Mill, and I'm sorry if you don't know who those people are, but Google them.
I know they're
They
big.
are rappers, and they
cool.
collaborated themselves with their money and their sources, and they filed a lawsuit against a federal prison based on the living conditions. And so we have people that are out there like in the celebrity world. If you just go back on Google, and I'm sure people haven't done it in a really long time, especially if they've been in the community a while.
Yeah,
but if you just Google celebrities Brendan Dassey, you will see a list, like a long ass list of celebrities that are in support of Stephen and Brendan. And no one out there in today in the last 2 years, no one out there is tweeting those celebrities.
Well, we're gonna start. Okay, I'm gonna start.
I just saw something in the foul
There's
play.
an assignment. Get on Google, find out who they are, because Sunday there's a Twitter storm.
Eddie Vedder is one of them. Eddie Vedder is one of them. I saw something posted in the Discord the other day.
I posted
Yeah,
that.
and
I watched that, and somebody else too. I can't remember who it was.
Ricky,
but there was two of them.
So right now, because Ricky Gervais hosted the Oscars, Ricky Gervais, he's a huge supporter of Making a Murderer. He's total team Stephen and Brendan.
Wow.
And he just hosted the Oscars, and it was like the most epic hosting of the Oscars that has ever. Yeah, but he's a huge supporter of Stephen and Brendan.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. There's so many celebrities out there that, I mean, think about it. How many people watched Making a Murderer? Like 40 million. I can't believe Tiger King beat Making a Murderer, but whatever.
Well, everybody was on lockdown. That's why.
True.
Part of it. I mean,
true. But still, 40 million people, and in those 40 million people, how many celebrities and shit like that? But we're not ever really researching for that platform. Now for Stephen, because Zellner is making waves, like she's gotten to Court of Appeals, we're waiting for a response or even to see who the judges are, blah, blah, blah. But Brendan, based on the path that his attorneys took, he's at a standstill. And I just think that
we should get on it.
I think that there is so many more people that we could rally on specifically Brendan's behalf to make noise. And I believe that just like I saw for Rodney Reed, I don't believe for a second that we did it for Rodney Reed, but we can't do it for Brendan Dassey. I don't believe that for a second.
You can count me in. Just give me an instruction and I will follow through.
I just don't understand why. I mean, my only theory is that Laura Nyrider and Stephen Drizzen are waiting for the outcome of Stephen's Court of Appeals motion. And I just don't understand why there's no filings for Brendan based on the lack of evidence. I mean, the state said this. Okay, well, we can prove that's wrong. Well, the state said this. Well, we can prove that's a lie. We can, you know what I mean? So I
want to know why they haven't picked up the bones portion of because even though I guess
none of that was used. They only used his confession.
Right.
But don't they talk about,
evidence matters.
No
evidence matters. Even look at
the fact that this evidence does exist. It was biological evidence in a case that he was convicted,
but they didn't use it.
But the thing is I don't understand, because even though they didn't use it then, he could then have tested that now with new DNA evidence to then maybe also prove innocence by showing that they were in the quarry and not in the pit. Then wouldn't that help his case?
Use the bones in any kind of way would be to prove that his confession was false.
Right.
And that has not been filed, and
but
that is also
had they had the opportunity to test those bones as new evidence, in his case,
No.
but they just return them without notifying him either.
But
Wouldn't that
Laura
be against
and
their thing
They're
Steven,
too?
not used in his
no,
case,
Laura
they're
and
used in
Steven
Stephen's
have
case. The best way to describe this honestly is watch the Ryan Ferguson Dream Killer, because
Laura
that's the best way
Laura
to
and
describe it.
Steven have never filed a motion on those bones.
Right.
They have never filed one single motion
Nope.
to prove that the evidence was fabricated.
And now they
or
cannot
whatever.
because they
Yes, they
returned those
can.
bones. They
Well,
returned those bones, which went
but
against their own state legislation.
I
How
was
can they
about
not
to
use
say,
that?
but Judge Willis ordered that. That was in Stephen's case. I don't know if he ordered the same thing in Brendan's case, because Brendan was solely convicted on his confession.
No, what you're not understanding is it is in their legislation. The only thing Stevens camp did was try to get the RAV. The RAV is they have to keep the RAV. That was one of their motions.
Yes.
But the bones is biological evidence that they have to keep in their legislation. They cannot just give it away without notifying the defendants who were convicted under those cases. And even though they didn't use her bones per se, they did use her bones in a way, because they're saying that he burned this body. I thought Eisenberg did testify to some of those.
In Brendan's case?
Yeah. Did Eisenberg testify? Did they had to put on a case, not just his, yes, it was his confession that got him convicted, but they didn't put on any evidence to show that it's even little bit remotely relevant with their biological evidence. I gotta look that up.
Dear T1, we always talk over each other, so put your hearing
Get used to it.
Dr.
No, yes,
if we're not talking, we're laughing.
If anybody listening, watching the live, J-Jax, can comment what experts were used in Brendan's attorney, if there were any. Were there any experts used?
Dr. Silkman says there is no forensic evidence that links Brendan to Teresa Halbach. Then he
only words, but whose words, not just his own. They had to have other witnesses.
So my question is,
there's no
Laura and Steven solely rely on false confessions of underage kids. That's what their whole network is about. Okay, great, got it. But my question is, why have they not passed Brendan's transcripts, files, and all that along to a criminal attorney that can file a motion that says, hey, the investigation says this. We can prove that that is factually false. There is no link of Brendan. He fucking lied in his goddamn confession. We can prove it.
Right.
Why is there no motion filed on Brendan's behalf based on the evidence, aka lack of evidence? Why is that not moving? Is it a smart move to just fucking wait for Zellner to get her day in court? That's my question.
Oh, geez.
Becca, hey, T1, I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to drop you. I love you to death. You're sure a funny guy, but Becca knows when to chime in. She'll chime in when she wants to chime in.
No, I'm just enjoying the conversation right now. So,
I don't know how to answer that, because I don't know. All I know is that
and that's what I'm saying.
I received two other charred cranial pieces from Dr. Eisenberg.
That's been my question for a year, and nobody can answer that question. Nobody can answer the question of why his team is not pursuing his, overturned conviction on facts of lack of evidence. Like, they cannot prove his confession. They have never been able to prove his confession. So why the fuck is there no proceedings or motions or anything filed on that fact? That's what I want to know. I know, Dr. Silkman, I know that Brendan was not used in Stephen's trial. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying based on now, based on today, based on what we know today, based on jailhouse calls, based on Andy Colburn's call, based on everything we know in the public, why has his team not filed for a motion based on evidence or lack thereof? That's my question.
And it could just be something.
Dr. Silkman says if you read Judge Duffin's report, he tore apart. Yes, I completely agree. He was a federal judge that overturned Brendan's conviction, but why the fuck?
Hi, everybody.
But why the fuck did the Seventh Circuit overrule that? What did they have to go on? They had absolutely fucking nothing. They had no fucking evidence. They had the proof of the Reed technique used against Brendan. They had absolutely nothing. And even when that little skinny dude who looked like fucking Buscemi, Steve Buscemi, that's the guy that went to court the day at Brendan's en banc looked like Steve Buscemi's son. I'm sorry, but he did. Even when the judges asked him a direct question, he referred back to the what ifs. He referred back to the, well, he could have, or well, you know, this, that. He did not revert back to factual evidence. And that's what I have a hard time understanding, how Hamilton, that fucking old ass stupid piece of shit prick, voted no against Brendan whenever there was no fucking evidence, none whatsoever, to prove. And even Laura, like, she didn't go into detail, but she hinted at it, that they had no factual fucking physical forensic evidence that tied Brendan to that goddamn crime scene. That's my problem.
Right. We all know that.
But it's not know that, but it's my question. It's like, how do you not ask these questions? How do you not, when Laura walked out of the courtroom that day and she gave her spiel, and then when Supreme Court denied Brendan, how do you not go back and say, okay, y'all denied us here, but check this, motherfuckers. Prove there is evidence against Brendan.
Okay, listen, this is what I've always wondered too. And T1 says, is any evidence found from Brendan Dassey's confession?
The answer is no.
Listen. It says considered tied to his confession as physical evidence against him. An example, FL did right? So wouldn't FL be tied to him?
Well, they talk about they show the jury the bones with the 2 holes in it and stuff. I mean, that is what they're trying to align with his confession. So I don't understand, if they're talking about the bones in the trial, how they cannot then turn around and use those bones.
Okay.
To say, and even to just be like, you broke your legislation. I'm curious about the Dassey. Did the defense for Dassey ever get that Dassey record of that CD that was in Fassbender's desk? That could have helped Brendan too, by naming Bobby as a Denny for him. But
hold on,
wouldn't that be a Brady against them for that too, for his case?
Dr. Silkman commented and said there is nothing that Drizzen and Nyrider can use evidence-wise because there is no forensic evidence against him. Okay,
then why did they have Eisenberg testify?
Let me finish. That's my point completely. Is that Brendan confessed to a murder, right? That is what he was convicted on. It is law that the investigators have to investigate the confession, which means anything that the confessor said, they have to be able to tie to the confession and be able to prove.
Yep.
My point is that there was nothing in Brendan's confession that they could tie to the physical evidence that they claim they have, such as the sweat on the hood latch, because they never ever had anything to do with the hood latch until Brendan said something. They never had any link to the garage. They initially said on the side, Brendan said on the side of the garage, which means they were outside not inside the garage. Well, how did they do a cleanup on the inside of the garage if they shot her on the outside of the garage? The cleanup has been proven to be on the 30th, not the 31st. So my point is, if LE would go back to court and say they have this evidence, this evidence, this evidence, and Brendan's team is saying, you know, we want a new trial based on the fact that we can prove this investigation did not prove Brendan's confession true, why the fuck are they not doing that? Why are they not doing that? That's my question, because they can prove that based on Brendan's evidence, they can fucking prove based on his words that he factually fabricated his confession.
Right.
Where Brendan gave 7 different versions of how Stephen cut his finger. Brendan wasn't there when Stephen cut his finger. It's irrelevant. It's another point to my point, is that they can prove Brendan was lying. They can prove that that never happened. They can prove that, they can prove that Brendan, you know, they can prove everything Brendan said was a lie. And that's my point, is why is there no motion filed against, as far as discovery? Oh, Brendan said this, but we can prove that he was lying. Brendan said this, we can prove he was lying. That's my question.
We can agree on the fact that there are several things that we feel that Brendan's team could be doing and are not doing.
Yes, I agree, Dr. Silkman. All Brendan's attorney needed to say was prove that my client encountered Teresa Halbach on the 31st of October 2005 at the Avery Salvage Yard, but he didn't. Why have they not filed a motion on ineffective assistance of counsel? Because
they did that already. I thought that was what was Blanken or Kaczynski or whatever it was about. Did they file that?
I don't think they filed that, did they?
No, because if they did, you can.
I thought that was his appeal in 2009.
No, I know they did for Stephen, but not for Brendan.
You can literally fucking show Lynn Kaczynski's fucking history. You can show his recent indiscrepancies, credibility, all that, and you can prove ineffective assistance of counsel, especially based off of the fucking recordings and the handwritten letters from Brendan and all that shit.
Well, yeah. I always wondered why, because they did link him saying that she was shot in the garage. You know what I mean?
No, Brendan said she was shot next to the garage, not in the garage.
Oh, okay.
Let's face it, Brendan didn't say she was shot at all. That was Uyghur.
That's right.
I mean, yes, that's factually correct. But when they finally got him to say what happened to her, what happened to her head, and then he was like, oh, we cut her hair, he was fucking clueless. But when they started talking about who shot her in the head, Brendan said he did. And when they asked him where, Brendan said on the side of the garage. And it wasn't until Fassbender kept provoking him when Brendan changed his story to inside the garage. That is when Brendan changed his story until inside the garage.
I didn't know that. Okay,
Yes.
Well, there's so many changes in his stories in the 3 dates they had really, or 4 dates that they had even had contact with him, that I don't even know why Kratz even brought that to trial at all, because like you said, there was no cooperating evidence.
Right, there is no word to.
Let me ask all the listeners a question real quick. Has anyone listening out there ever heard of Brendan taking off to Michigan on November 2nd or 1st, I want to say? Has anyone ever heard a story out there about Brendan right after Teresa went missing, being in Michigan with one of Scott Taddock's family members? Has anyone ever heard that?
He went up north to Marionette County with his family that week.
Wait, where's that at?
I don't think that.
Marionette County is very close to the Michigan border.
It is
That is
very
up,
close to Michigan
up
border.
above. You know
Okay.
how there's a little part of
So,
Michigan above
We just
Wisconsin. It's
settled
kind
over.
of like there.
like,
Also, I'll say
how many miles is it from the border?
Of Michigan? I don't know. I'd have
Yeah.
to look that up. Let me look it up real quick. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
So
I've been in Marionette County one
I
time,
was
and I got
given
stuck up there and had no way home, and I had to call my brother and be like, "Come and pick me up."
I was given information a while back that right after, I think it was I'm gonna have to go back and fact check my dates, but by November 1st, 2nd, or whatever you call it, I was given information from one of Scott Taddock's family members that Brendan was in Michigan. Actually, now that I think about it, they told me that it couldn't have been Brendan because
yeah,
Brendan was actually in Michigan on the 31st when it happened, which I obviously know is not true. We know he was home
yeah.
for a fact. But I was just thinking maybe they had the dates wrong or whatever, but
I
um
know Brendan has mentioned to me that I don't think he's left the state of Wisconsin before.
So he's never even
well,
left Wisconsin to be in
Right.
Michigan, even over the border there.
I know
this
he's been to Lake Michigan because it's right there, I think, and I could be very wrong, but like as
well,
far
hell, I've been
The
to Lake
rally house was
Michigan
right
because
there.
I came to
Lake
the
Michigan
rally
was
and
right
our
there.
hotel was on Lake Michigan.
Yep.
So I've been
yeah,
to Lake Michigan. But I was told by one of Scott Taddock's family members that Brendan was in Michigan when Teresa disappeared, which we obviously know is factually incorrect.
yeah.
But what I'm thinking is it was within days after, maybe he took a couple of day road trip. I've never heard this before, but I'm like,
Mm-mm.
why
I'm
would
just
this?
curious to why he would be off with one of Scott's relatives.
I am too,
I
because
mean,
Oh well, if you
if
think
you
about
look
it though,
at Scott's statement to the police, whenever he talks about coming to the Avery salvage yard, he didn't even know Brendan's
his
name.
name, right? Like that
And
first time, it was
so,
Right.
one of her sons. I don't know
yeah.
his name. I think he even said he
um,
didn't know his name.
I know one of Barb's ex-husbands is Scott's cousin, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Tom
So
Yonda
that's
is. Yeah,
not that far off to think that he would hang out with one of his family members
yes.
because
What
that
if he
one
was
of his
with his
family
step?
members
It's
was his
definitely
stepdad.
not that
That's
type
true
of
too.
family member. This is a family member that married into the family.
I'm not sure.
Oh,
I am very. I take that whole story with a hell of a big grain of
I
salt.
do, I do
yeah,
too.
because
I do too, which is why I messaged you and I was like, "Who the fuck
Weirder
is this
things have happened.
person?"
There's been weirder things in this case, so it
And
isn't
this
so
person
far-fetched.
also told me that they had
mm-hmm.
reached out to Zellner and told Zellner their entire story, and that this person, after the fact of Teresa, this person was involved with a Taddock family member during the time, and this person disclosed to me that they knew for a fact that Scott and someone else had committed the murder. Now, as Jinxie said, and I said, grain of salt, guys, grain of
Yep.
salt.
Yep.
When I sent this
It's all, of
information,
course, rumor. Just so you
when
know.
Yeah, it doesn't.
when I sent this information to Zellner, I never got a response back. So
Right.
I assume that she also took it with a grain of salt. But at the same time, it's like in cases like Avery and
I don't even think
Dassey,
you are the first person to send it to Zellner, to be
I'm
honest.
not. I later found out I am not.
Oh, so so other people have heard of it before.
She
Yeah.
reached out to the vagina bat.
The vagina.
And I asked this person why the fuck they would reach out to that person, but at the time they thought that the vagina bat was, in their like swimwear, and was one of the family or whatever. And
Oh my
I'm not even
god.
gonna lie. So everyone was talking about the vagina bat, and I thought vagina bat, because I'm a visual person, was talking about the purple dinosaur. And if y'all know me, y'all know who the purple dinosaur is.
I know who the purple dinosaur is.
I kept calling this person the purple T-Rex based off of her shit, and I don't like her because she seems like she has dust in her vagina, and I feel like that.
Well, that
if
costume
you
looked
talk-
pretty dry, didn't it?
my thing is, if you
Oh my
have
gosh.
a reason to talk shit about Kathleen Zellner, that just tells me that you don't have a fucking clue how the law works. You don't have a fucking clue how wrongful convictions work, and it tells me that you think your bitch ass is more important than the process, and you're not. And so I just feel like the purple T-Rex, who looks like her face looks like a goddamn foot.
Sadly, I think she would be so much prettier if she just took off all of that makeup.
I don't care about her makeup. I care about her ugly, dirty soul. And
well, I know, but
Yeah, I was
I'm
gonna
just saying,
say.
she puts all that makeup on, and I'm just like, you know, you look a lot nicer without it.
Who that
like,
are you talking about?
you can look like the worst person in the world, but if you are
Still have a good
genuine human and you have a kind heart, in my
I want some
opinion,
pretzels, damn
you're
it.
the most beautiful person on the planet. Carl,
But,
can you please not drop the crane? Carl, don't drop the crane. I'm not about to take responsibility for your fucking fuck ups.
So
Who's the vagina bat? I want to know.
yeah, as far as
no.
Oh, you'll tell me later then.
You don't know who the vagina bat is?
No.
Jax. Jax.
Oh, that's Max West. Vagina bat.
Haven't you seen her picture?
Oh
She has
my
like a
God, that's
costume.
fucking hilarious. I'm gonna have somebody draw. I'm gonna Barb can do me a fucking background vagina bat.
Honestly, I didn't think she was the vagina bat. I thought the vagina bat was the T-Rex dinosaur because that bitch looks like a fucking bat.
Oh my God. Leave it to Nosy. Nosy.
Oh man.
No.
Jax West.
Okay. Listen, I got respect for most people, but that lady, there's absolutely zero. I do not give my X here.
I don't have respect for anyone that fucking tries to take advantage of a dead man's fucking platform, or a bitch, a stinky fatty bitch that takes advantage of a dead man dying. Just so you know, bitch, we still aren't gonna listen to you. You will never take Eric Jose's place, and you can fuck off with all 10 fingers.
wait, she was trying to take Eric Cozy's place. How's she trying to do that?
So on one of the lives when Eric Jose passed away,
no, that was the purple T.
That was the purple T-Rex.
Oh.
That was the purple dinosaur. She was like,
"Oh, you're talking about Perplex."
She was like, "Well, whatever."
Yeah, that's the other one.
Like,
Yep.
Oh, I promise I'll fucking post 2 times a day. I promise I'll upload all day. Fuck you, bitch. I don't want to listen to you, and I damn sure don't want to fucking look at your fucking ass. So fuck you. No, I don't want to hear any of your bullshit, because you've gone off the wall and talked about Kathleen Zellner and she ain't shit. Bitch, where's your law degree? Fuck you. Oh my God, I'm being so rude. Oh my gosh.
You're fine.
Nosy, maybe you should tell us how you really feel.
Y'all don't want that. Y'all don't want that, because the internet is forever and it'll be held against me later down the road. But It just really fucking chaps my motherfucking southern ass that someone goes on a live and tries to take advantage and move in on someone that has passed away and is so respectable. And even though the trolls came for him, he never fucking succumbed to their ignorance and came for the trolls. Like, fuck you, bitch. I don't give a fuck about your 10,000 followers. I don't care. Even if you posted 2 times a day, I would never listen to you. You have no reason to talk shit about Kathleen. You're fucking inept to the comprehension of how the fucking law works. So fuck off and choke on every dick you suck, bitch.
Okay then.
Wow,
So
nosy. I think nosy's nosy.
I think Nosy really you had to let it out, guys. You know, this is the place to do it.
Tomorrow, I'm gonna be so upset
Yes, I get it.
that I displayed my true feelings. But
I'm glad.
sorry. I love
No,
people,
you don't have to be
and
sorry.
I don't fuck people over, and I never
You
will.
don't
And
have
I don't
to
think
be
it's
sorry.
the right thing to do. And I'm super
That's right.
passionate. And
That's
I'm
right.
like, you know what? Fuck all y'all. My 12-year-old has 1 million subscribers on YouTube for this shit called Gotcha. If you don't know what Gotcha is, check it out. But my 12-year-old daughter has almost 1 million subscribers. So, fuck your little 10,000 subscribers.
And screw my 184. I mean, my 1,084. Screw them too, right?
Hey, I have.
You know why your kid has so many
Oh my God.
subscribers
Hold on.
is because she's marketing her kid. You know, she's good at that.
I think I have 6 or 7 subscribers, so I think I'm doing really good.
I'm happy. I'm happy with what I got. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I love everybody that even fucking wants to listen to me for 5 seconds. But hey, you know, like I said, this is the place you'll get it. Low budget Linda Productions. Uh-oh, Nosy got knocked out. Not by me. I didn't do it.
She'll
Are
come
you
back.
there?
Yeah.
Yeah. She'll be back.
So yeah,
So where do we go from there?
I know, right?
I don't even
I'm
know.
like,
where do we start from there? Oh my gosh. Well, we could continue on with what Nosy was saying. No,
I think she covered it all.
We really are all here to hear the truth, and people that lie and constantly do this dirty ass shit, they're not supporters. I've said that before. They are definitely not supporters. So, you know, shall I change my channel to foreplay?
Instead of foul play.
Sorry, Dr. Suckman. No. I'm supposed to be representing my favorite platform, foul play. But now, yes, you can go there and find all of us, every one of us that's on here, right there at foul play.
I apologize for my rant, but you know,
you're fine.
I
You do
just
not need to
gotta.
apologize on here, Nosy. You know, I just let it fly. This is a channel to do it. You know what I mean? If you got something to say, let it go.
I do not support people stepping on other people to get where they want to be. I don't think that's what you have to do. And I feel like some people in the community do shit like that based off
they're not supporters. That is not a supporter.
It's like they do that based off the loss of others. I mean, we lost someone in this community that is irreplaceable, and purple people out there saw it as an opportunity, and I'm like, it just pisses me off. I don't like that.
He said, "Oh, I promised I will take over and I will be the new Eric Cozy. I will get back on this case and I will fill his shoes. I know he would want me to do that." What?
Yeah, and all I felt was like,
last I checked, he said, "Be classy for Dassey." Does she fit that?
No, and that's my thing is that.
And she complains about KZ. She always says, "I knew I was right. I knew I was right." You know, we don't care if you're right. We don't care if we're right. We just want justice. You know, that's what it's about.
And when I heard at the rally, like before it was canceled, that people Chad fucking loser killer. We're gonna try to cause problems.
We're just
At the
calling everyone out
rally.
tonight.
Oh, that's right.
Like
We all know
y'all
that
just
Chad
don't
Keller's
even
not a fucking
know
friend of mine.
that I am not a keyboard thug. I am not an internet warrior. Like you fucking. I wish y'all would. Like I wish. Boy, I just tell y'all. I'm not gonna talk shit because I'm not gonna talk shit. I'm not gonna talk shit through the internet. But if you think that this is an internet ploy or I just talk this shit on the internet, I fucking
see
swear to
me.
God,
That's right.
come start some shit at a rally or some shit like that. Like I fucking swear. It's because of my passion. I got
Yeah, me
involved
too.
and I can't help it. And
Me too.
it just pisses me the fuck off. It really does. I don't like it. I
Well, you're
don't
speaking for a
say
lot of us.
things.
though,
I
too.
don't say things I won't back up. I don't. I
Yeah.
mean, if Kevin Smith, aka drunken ass yard dog, wants to show up at a rally, bitch, show up at a rally because
Yeah, yeah.
That would be interesting because I think a lot of people have a lot of things to say to that person.
Yeah,
Well,
fuck that stupid bitch.
they made a new name to stalk me with, which was
Yeah, I saw that.
childish and
I
immature.
reported it.
Let me just say, like, I would love to have whatever free time that person has
Right?
because I can barely get my own shit done, much
Yeah.
less the stuff that you know what, the stuff that I put myself into, like the whole advocating thing and all that. Like,
All I'm
but just
saying is if that person wants to fucking there's a reason that person hasn't fucking come after me and some of the shit we disclosed between one another because she knows I got screenshots. She knows I have her phone number. She knows I got a credit card number. She does not want these problems. And that's the thing is that like don't do that. Don't do that.
right.
Like and even after all she's put Jinxie through and after all she's
Chris.
put other people
Miss
through,
Chris,
I
Eric
have
Posey.
still never doxed that bitch. I have still never put my screenshots of her fucking information out there on the internet because I don't roll that way.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
neither. All the shit I know about Chad, never put it out there, and I got it. I believe you me. I got lots of shit.
I'm not even gonna lie. I might try to harass you and convince you to give me that information. And I'm not gonna lie, Linda Kay, I'm usually successful.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna put
that's
you in that
okay.
spot.
I'm glad you
He's
are.
gross.
Because I'll tell you what, so am I. If somebody does some dirty shit to me, I'm gonna find out the truth about them. I did, but I hang on to that stuff because I ain't got no reason to be as dirty and low down as he does. He says I look like ET. Well, guess what? Phone home, motherfucker, because I do.
Well, you don't look like ET, but he's a fucking schizophrenic, fucking bipolar ass motherfucker.
He's a leprechaun. And if
Well,
you
he's
think
not.
for a second
He's
we
not
don't think them two
short,
are
but
together when they're on the line, one's in the driveway, one's in the house. We're not dumb, dude. You know, I mean, come on, you dumbass.
okay. It's 8:00, so I'm gonna go share this live in the Don Lewis case group.
Okay.
Be right back.
okay.
Wait, I don't know if I know how to share it.
Just copy and paste the link to the YouTube
Yeah.
that was sent to you and put it in a post.
Yeah, I think I sent you the link in a
Oops.
message, right?
I think we all have to be a little crazy
You
to
did.
keep going at this ma'am case, fangirl.
Yeah.
GTM
You
fangirl.
really do. You really do. I mean, you've been in it longer than me.
Wait.
And like J-Jax and all that, you know, I mean, I came in not, you know, on, you know, nothing. I knew nothing. I didn't even know how to use a fucking computer. Okay, now look at my ass.
Now she's doing lives on YouTube. Hell yeah.
I could only type with one freaking finger, dude. I'm not even lying to you. I mean, would take me freaking forever to write "Hi, how are you?" The next person would be their "Hi, how are you?" was like 50,000 things ahead.
I want to mention this while it's on my mind. I know I'm an awful American because it didn't even occur to me other than this particular thing today. Today's actually the 17th anniversary
Yep.
Yeah.
of Stephen Avery's
Stephen.
first exoneration.
Yep.
So for
17
what
years.
it's, yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that to me? It's kind of powerful because that's literally how long it's been. Also, if you can kind of think of it, since he's been incarcerated.
And it
What
was
is it?
almost as long as he was incarcerated.
As
He was
long as he
incarcerated
was.
for 18 years.
Like
now-
he could be, like if it wasn't for the second time around, he could have had 18, 17 years of freedom.
Yeah, no kidding. And Brendan could have had his life.
Yeah, Brendan, could have had his life, and it's just like, I don't know. I'm a numbers person sometimes when it comes to that. Like that's what.
It really shocked me when I seen today that Jack had calculated all that stuff today, for Brendan.
You all sound possessed right
What
now.
happened to you?
I'll be back.
What is she doing?
Rosie,
Opening
what
up
happened
some
to you? Oh, she lost her connection again, probably.
Yep.
She's gone.
Dr. Stuckman's eating a donut and he's a diabetic.
Where are
Uh-oh.
my donuts? And what kind of donuts? Do you
You
like the
had
big
donuts.
donuts or the Yeah, I had a treat, but I didn't have a donut.
Well, I like cake donuts. We're not going to talk about your breakfast there, Jinxie.
Better keep that to myself, right?
I think so.
I've already overshared today. Overshared.
Crispy, a Krispy Kreme donut. Ooh, I like them. Them are good. Really sugary, though. I don't know if you should be eating that.
I like Long Johns.
Yeah, we know. Smoke time. You did me cracking up. Where the heck
This is what was happening earlier with me. I just started laughing.
Be on fire in the morning. Darkside. Oh, Carl and Darkside are having some conversation in here that I cannot catch up with. Break any rules with Krispy Kreme. Oh, you can break the rules with Carl Boom Boom. Oh, I don't know what any of this is about. I need to go back in the chat and find out what Carl Boom Boom is about.
I want to know what's going on now too.
Giggle. Everybody loves your giggle. Yep, puff, puff, Alice. You know it. That's what I'm doing behind here. I cannot. We're all off the chain tonight. We're off the damn cupboard doors, boy. They were swung open and let it all out tonight. I can't even tell you.
I'm on my walk. No shame.
We're definitely off the hook tonight. Rarities. Love it. That's right, Alice. You're correct. It's not.
I hope we're not pissing off any ladies, sounding like we're all.
Well, we're kind of.
Fuck that lady. Fuck
I don't
her.
give a shit if you think I
God.
am. It's not their damn business.
What's so funny is he was so fucking mad, but my Snapchat videos ended up going for like a fucking week.
You don't have to watch. Don't like it. Bye bye. See you later, troll. I don't care. Trolls.
Yeah, fuck her. I was so like I literally woke up to this lady's fucking bullshit, and
like 1:30 in the morning.
I had had such a long fucking day. Okay, like it was a long ass fucking day. Like I had probably responded to over 200 messages and notifications that day. But anyways, this bitch.
We did the live that day too.
She ain't never commented in our group, and she fucking wanted to post in the group. That one girl sounded like she was so high, and I've had a long fucking day at work, and I fucking wanted to watch, and I started watching, and I went to make dinner, and when I came back, it was 3 hours. It was 3 fucking hours long, and y'all were still going. Y'all need to make y'all's lives shorter, bitch. Fuck you. Who the fuck are you? You've never even commented in our group. This is what we do. Like, this is what we do, even though Ripper deleted. But I'm just saying, this is what we do. She pissed me off.
Who else has pissed you off this week, Nosy? I'm getting up on hearing.
Dude,
She cracks me
do you really want to know the answer to that question? Because
Yeah, sure the hell do I.
I found out last night that the whole time I've been in love with TikTok Manitowoc, he's had a girlfriend. I was a little upset about that. And he decided to tweet out that he had a girlfriend this whole time. And I'm like, well, I don't feel right about the things I may have or may have not said or sent. And, you know, so
it don't matter, right? You got a boyfriend, right?
I learned that. And then I learned that, you know, so we did receive 2 responses of just like Andy Colburn, a motion to dismiss from Carol Baskin and Kenny Farr. And but then we received an answer from the fucking bitch Susan Bradshaw. And
you don't like her much, I don't think.
I say the fucking bitch. I say the fucking bitch because I get why she was afraid, but then again, it pisses me off that she has 3 goddamn versions of her story. So it's like when we go to court, it's like, how credible are you really gonna be, bitch?
Yeah,
and so
you gotta get your story straight. Right?
Yeah, and she.
How did it happen? The truth.
But I think she actually helps the case, in my opinion, because she came out. I didn't read the motion, but I heard about it because I was not around last night. But I heard about it. I heard that she answered with yes. I did not sign it. I did not witness it.
Yes,
and
but
also
at the same time, you have to factor in the fact that she has one story that says she was
it helps
there, and there
because
was
she's not doing a dismissal too, and the other 2 are. And look, she's saying yes.
I know
I am telling you this. So it might push in his favor.
Courtroom. It does, but when you get into a courtroom and you look at her credibility and the fact that she has 3,
but it might help get it in the courtroom, which would be a hell of a help, don't you think?
They had 50 stories from Brendan.
It would be a hell of a help, but at the same time, John Phillips is not going to be able to get anywhere because Carol's fucking attorney is going to be able to point out the fact that she has 3 fucking different versions.
But what they also have is what they can show is on the will and the power of attorney, you can take the signatures from the power of attorney and put them over the will, and it also looks like it's a tracing. So
damn,
because they can.
Hold on, damn TTM fangirl. Why all the fuck yous?
It's her best effort.
Why all the fuck yous? That's so mean.
What? What did you say?
Give my best effort to get the finger going up.
I'm not even gonna lie. When TTM fangirl showed up, I was a little like,
there we go.
Who are you? Why are you moving in on my man? Back off, lady. Like, back up. But she's cool as hell, so you know.
Nosy thinks I know who he is. Like, I know him as you know him, Hose, and I know him as TikTok Manitowoc. I know as much as you do about the person. And she's like, give me his picture, his name. I'm like, I really don't know.
But that's because I'm nosy and I gotta know.
She's like, I can't see your friends on Facebook. Make it open so I can see them.
Yes, I'm like, bitch, make your friends list unprivate so I can see who the fuck he is. I'm trying to know.
I tried to tell her he was Tom from MySpace, but she don't believe me.
I told her I'm trying to know who I love here. So let me see a face.
You want to hear his voice, you can go over to Eric Cozy's. He says that.
Hey, let me tell you something. I've heard his voice, but I've also heard Hembury's voice. And let me just say.
I heard Hembury's voice too.
Who do we have crushes on in the ma'am community tonight?
I got to tell you, Henbury's sexy Australian.
Hey, I'm just going to say, if Henbury wanted to put out a nightly night cap, I'm going to I, I'm about to be his A1 subscriber. So, Henberry, if you're listening, just know.
He does. He's got that great voice. He really does. He
Seriously,
really
if y'all
does.
haven't tuned in to Finn's 80 More Things, episode 1,
Oh, I've listened to
aka
it many
Henberry.
times. I've been bowing to Henry for ever since I met him. That's true.
I'm laughing at all the comments.
Who wants to guess Chris's voice crush is?
Oh, I already know. I already
my
know.
my
Says she's got her
original
voice crush.
my
I know
ori-
too.
Because he's gonna
Can we out her?
Oh my
Can we out her?
God.
Can we out her?
Christian, stop it.
She's gonna have that a Discord accent where all of us ladies can go listen to that.
TTM
We'll have
fangirl
them
said,
tape
"Oh
it.
yeah, Henberry got
I
I
that
definitely have a
swagger."
crush on Stacy Seabrook.
Yeah,
I definitely do.
Jack, that's right. Miss Chris knows me. I'm like, say something, Jack.
I told, I said, you can be his #1 fan, but he's my #1 crush.
I love how fucking this whole conversation turned into Twitter crushes.
I come here to listen to information about Brendan, and now it's turned into the ditch.
Well, we told you that we would come on and just BS after the, the Brendan stuff.
After you missed the first part.
Let me just say, T1, we are not in heat. We are old ass ladies, okay?
That's right.
That shit stopped a long time ago, but the point is that I can't let other females claim my boo over me. That's all I'm saying. TTM fangirl, you better back off.
Don't bring the fire extinguisher. Woo!
I heard
Just bring a hose. That would be much better.
Originally, my OG person was Roll, but he started tweeting in his fucking native language, and I don't understand any of that shit, so I can't respond. But I don't hear his voice anymore. Roll Griffin, if you're out there, if you fucking hear me, get your ass back on audio so I can listen to your ass.
That's hilarious. Well,
and
listen,
if any of y'all have never
about yours?
sat and heard,
Yeah, that's
voice.
another one.
AKA Wizard Talk,
Yep.
you want to sit on the phone for endless hours and listen to Sean talk.
And I do
too.
Last week or something, I've just been on there. He's been up until all hours of the morning, and I just chit chat with him. Yep.
Oh my God. I don't know, Dr. Silkman. When you got these two, it's kind of a hard thing to follow.
Hey, Silkman, Dr. Silkman, I'm just here to let you know.
He wants to get on and crack his whip and make us all behave.
Dr. Silkman, I'm just here to let you know, if you feel like talking all night, we're fixing to listen.
That's right. Now, Miss Chris got a Discord, and all you guys with accents can go over there and record something real nice.
Maybe we should get them
to do that
podcast, so that once a week we could hear them all on one show.
Yeah.
I don't know what does it for me is the accent, the voice, and then the facts to back it up.
Yep. Yes. The facts. Yes, you got the facts.
Thread.
Yeah. Delinda.
Who's Delinda?
Linda. I don't know. Me?
Because he accidentally called you Tinda up there. Oh, maybe you're Tinda.
Hold on.
What is that? What is that site? Tender? You're
Yeah.
I agree with TTM fangirl. Guys, they're always fun. Love them all. Good truthers. I think that it's just a mash of appreciating their intelligence and all the above in between based off the cases we follow. Like, it's fun.
Yep. Like, listen, all the guys that we've named, they're really intelligent. intelligent human beings.
Yeah, my boyfriend is over here to the left telling me he's about to fucking murder me if I don't shut the fuck up. Praising all
Who is
these
their brain
people.
squish because you didn't hear their voice. You only heard that. You only seen their voice. You know what I mean? You didn't hear their voices. We just seen what they researched and what they put out. So you fall in love with the intelligence first, and then the voice is like, oh yeah, there you go. Now you really did.
Nah, the voice is just like, man, I don't hear that on a regular basis. So if you want to read me a bedtime story, I'm going to listen. I'm just saying, especially if it's regarding any of my cases or AKA Henberry regarding the RAV4. Like I'm about to listen to it all damn night.
Yeah, yes. Miss Chris goes, fucking nosy.
See, I'd rather be sang to. I'd rather my crush sing to me.
Am I lying though? Am I lying?
No, you're not.
Now, Jinxie, your crush. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I have a crush too on him.
On Stacy Seabrook?
Yeah.
Of course.
He's a very attractive guy.
Yes, he is.
He's just
very
sweet
attractive.
too.
Very sweet.
Yes,
very sweet.
We all met him, you know, at rally. All three of us.
Kristen, you stop that shit, Kristen.
He's also very down to earth, and I just like his in general vibes of everything. Like he's
positive. He's positive.
Can y'all hear my boyfriend in the background telling
kind
me
of
he's about to beat me up if I don't shut up?
Because he's talking about other men.
With a bunch of fucking women.
We can talk about our women crushes if y'all want.
Yeah, really.
That might get him going.
Live that real life.
Let me talk about my crushes and let's see.
Let's hear about your crushes, baby. I'm ready to listen.
Linda K said, "Bring it on, baby."
Stacey Dash.
Stacey Dash is one of the most. He said his crush is Stacey Dash. She's one of the most fucking. She's one of the most fucking disbarred black women of the black community in the fucking history. She was fine in fucking Clueless, yes, but
that was like the only, not the only thing, but that's like the only thing I remember her in.
I'm talking about crushes in real life in the 2000s. This motherfucker's bringing up Tiffany Thiessen from Saved by the Bell.
She was in Baywatch too, wasn't she?
She was, and she was also in 90210.
Oh, that's it, 90210. I bet she wasn't in Baywatch. She was in 90210.
Y'all,
He's
big mad about me liking Henberry's voice.
Now, the only thing you have to do is just get an Australian accent and start talking to her with it, and you'll be fine. You know,
and it's
little role play.
You know whose voice though can like read me stories every night, and I can fall asleep to is the Wizard's voice.
Yeah. Becca's been on those late night calls with me and
yeah. Well, it's like just tell me a bedtime story, read to me something, and I'll just like drift off.
He just said, "Shut up." He just said, "Who has the old man voice I've been listening to for the last few nights?"
Is that me?
Who is that?
It's fucking Sean.
Yeah, that's the Wizard.
He's hating like a motherfucker, y'all. He's hating like a motherfucker.
He has the best voice though.
Sean,
like if he,
I love you, Sean. I love you.
He does have a good voice.
He could read to me anything. You could read to me a dictionary, Sean, and I'd fall asleep to it.
Becca, I'm right with you. He can talk to me any day of the week, anytime, all day.
Banana Man can talk to me. He's got that. I like that voice too.
Banana Man, he's scary. You know,
he is.
I like Banana Man's voice and accent.
He dodges
He is
and he
good.
dodges
goddamn
He's another
bullets.
cutie that I have a
Oh, I've
crush.
seen
I
his
just have
whole
crushes on
group, and he
everyone.
is adorable.
So
We're a little
he
boy crazy.
You know
Eric,
what? You know what?
Eric,
I'll admit it.
Eric.
I'll admit it. Banana Man is my Twitter crush.
Look, Banana Man, he reminds me of one
Oh,
of my
God.
first loves, because he looks really like Banana Man almost looks like him too. He looks like part Puerto Rican and part fucking white.
Does he?
No,
He does.
don't.
He's got I've seen Banana Man's picture. He's got the stash, and he's got he's got the dirty Sanchez stash, not like the dirty Sanchez, but
Not the dirty Sanchez.
not the steamroller Sanchez, but he's got the, if I saw him.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know what.
You should Google dirty Sanchez, and don't blame me when
I
you
know what a
find out.
dirty Sanchez is, but I don't understand.
Hell, Nano Man. Hell, Nano
If
Man.
you look at Banana Man's mustache, it looks kind of like a dirty Sanchez. And
If you Google Banana Man's mustache,
no, if you just Google dirty Sanchez,
fucking mustache. I
am not Googling it.
I just want to tell you. I just want to
he's gonna hate me for even bringing this up.
He didn't even have a mustache. I just seen him. He did not have a mustache.
I thought he said he couldn't grow any facial hair, even though his mother can. I swear, that's not
He's gonna fucking castrate you for that.
oh my god.
Well, we went.
So he has a mustache, and he's a super handsome dude, but you said he doesn't have a mustache, even though his
that's his own joke. I just repeated it.
Oh my
He freaking cracks me up.
This got to be the most laughing. Holy shit.
Oh my god, he's gonna hate us so much.
I didn't see nothing else about Banana Man.
I like Banana Man too, so I don't know. I am not looking up no dirty Sanchez's or anything.
When he went like this and took his little cap off, I seen his face and I seen no dirty Sanchez, nothing.
Oh my god.
Really good looking man, actually. I really did. I was like, whoa, you're a cutie.
It's like the whole Google blue waffle and see what happens.
No. Done that. Been there.
Google
I'm not gonna Google blue waffle. No.
Google dirty Sanchez and learn what that means.
No. You know I'm gonna have to go look later because of my curiosity, and I just because that's what my brain is like. No, know, but you're gonna do it anyway. You know you are.
Holy
Later
fuck.
tonight, you're gonna be laying awake at night thinking, what does that mean?
I'm
Yep.
gonna do that right now.
Oh my
What
God,
does that
Bridget.
mean?
What was it?
Bridget
What was
said
it called? I'm gonna
Dirty
go-
Sanchez.
you'll get
Dirty-
accused of being high.
What is a
Nosy.
dirty Sanchez?
Oh, she's actually asking, Suri, what's a dirty Sanchez?
What is a dirty Sanchez?
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't
She's
do it.
gonna
You're gonna be
post it
so
on here.
Oh my god.
This might not be
Oh my
suitable for
God.
children. This
It's
might
when
not
you,
be suitable for children. This might not be suitable.
it's when you stick your finger up your ass and then rub it across someone's
That's
top
what
lip.
it
NSW, not safe for work.
Oh my God, I'm
That is
done.
save
I'm
your
done.
ringtone,
I'm
dude.
done. I'm
This
so
has just tripped
done.
into the fucking change your ringtone video.
Miss Chris said 15 and under out of the room. I would say like 18
Like they
and under
don't
out of the room.
Like
Oh
they
my
don't
God.
They
know.
probably already
Like they
I am
don't
not-
know. Come on. We were all there. We were all 13 and 14 and like, what does that mean?
My
You
son
what, you
heard me
probably made it up.
respond. My
The
son
name.
heard me respond. He said, "What do you mean?" He said, "What do you mean? Stick your finger up your butt."
Oh, God. I just went from mustache to dirty ringtone right away.
I can't wait. Yeah, I just want you all to know, like, at the end of each show, I send Brendan a little brief description about what we talked about.
Well, just do the first half where we talked about everything, Brendan, and then
And I can't wait to tell him about how Linda Kay learned about what
Dirty Sanchez.
I will put it on. The first 15 minutes were about depression, and the rest is all about.
and how Nosy really feels.
I'm going to give you 25 minutes to Brendan, and the rest is how Nosy really feels.
How Josie really feels about people.
The lowdown from Nosy.
Why are y'all blaming everything on me?
Vagina bats and dirty Sanchez's. It's all you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my gut hurts. Oh my Lord.
I only know what a dirty Sanchez is.
That's what
because I saw it on the
Manicat said too. He said, "Okay, I want to tell you right now. If there's anybody 15 or younger, you have to leave the room now before we start."
You're going crazy again with your voice, Nosy.
Oh.
It sounds kind of like a radio trying to come back in.
Right.
Oh God. Oh my Lord. Hey, I haven't laughed like that for a long time. I haven't laughed like
I
that
know,
since
right?
on video.
Oh.
I swear to God.
That's why I told him, like, giggling's allowed on our show. It's all good.
Hey, it is. It definitely is. But I mean, we didn't know what we were be giggling about, but
Well, see, Linda, you learned something new today.
oh, I certainly
You
did.
did that. So did I.
Yeah,
Look what I learned.
everyone learned something new today. And
I
isn't
learned
that
it's a man with a fucking mustache.
isn't that the point of every day you learn something new? And today we learned what a dirty Sanchez was.
That is just disgusting.
Thank
I
you,
mean, what
Nosy.
I mean, thanks for the curiosity. I was the cat. Now I'm satisfied. Now I ain't getting it back. Tell you that.
Now you can't ever unsee it.
Oh, here they go. I'm back. Jesus. In and out, internet. That's low budget Linda Productions. Yes, it is. Where's Nosy now? Our boyfriend probably won't let her come back.
She's like, hey, now.
Maybe we should make sure she's okay, huh?
Okay. Oh, time to go see my therapist. Discuss the advance interrogation.
I
we
wonder what your
also
therapist will tell you about all of that.
we also learned who has who, what kind of Twitter crushes. That's right, Miss Chris.
Yeah.
Dr. Silkman, I'm sorry, but thanks for sticking it out. Maybe next time you want to come on and give me some balance back in a video.
That's what he said. He said he needs to come on and balance us girls out. So I see him like wanting to come on with his whip to crack us
Yeah.
to behave, you know, take out that.
Or we
oh wait, maybe I should.
Or we convert him to our way of thinking.
Yep.
One of us. One of us.
Yeah, you got to tell Nosy that though.
Single ladies. A whip? Dr. Silkman says a whip.
What would it be? A paddle?
I don't know. You got to watch out for them Australians. You never know what they have down under. That was dope too. I'm losing it. Nosy, man. Now you came, you stirred up all this shit, and she leaves.
Yeah, I don't even know where to go from there.
Oh my god! Aren't most of you mods on Bob?
I'm not. None. Only one of us are.
I am.
That's it.
I'm a staff member. Oh, I shouldn't be saying that while I'm having this live because yes, I am. I'm so sorry. I am. Dignity.
Linda's Linda, and we love Linda for Linda. So.
Yeah. There's Neverly. She's gonna give me the
Talking about Silkman setting the balance and making us behave.
I need to talk to Zoe. I'm in trouble. I'll take this video down so Zoe will never see it.
Well, that's not good. Just edit out all the part about.
Oh my gosh. Yep. I'm not Listen, I'm not representing anybody right now. I just should take my name off of here.
She's just Linda K, not my verbiage. That's it.
Blame it on not my verbiage. Not Linda K. I should take the Linda K off. No, it is good. But yes. I mean,
coming back, or did she
for entertainment purposes only. Right? Ain't that what you're supposed to say? Entertainment purposes only.
Yes, it's for entertainment.
Entertainment purposes only. That's right. Goddamn, Nosy did whack out on us, man. She
started all this crap and then left, man.
She's gone. She's like out ski. She's gone ski, Dr. Silkman. She's gone ski.
I told her to come back.
Oh. Yeah, well, I got to find out where her boyfriend probably took her phone away from her.
That could be. That is a possibility, right?
Yeah. Google will take it down.
She wasn't talking about her crushes anymore. She was just talking about other things.
No, they won't take that down. I won't monetize it and they won't take it down. So there you go. If I don't monetize it, then they won't take it down. There ain't no copyright, nothing. And besides, got to play for longer than so long or something, like 60 minutes or something like that. I don't remember the rules. I need to read them. 3-hour video edited to 20 minutes of clean content. I don't know. We used to post them on records, didn't we? With Allie and Denise. Oh my gosh. We would really get going, boy. You were on once for 6 freaking hours.
Yeah,
I got that video. That was a good day of video, man. We had a lot of people talking and we just kept going and going. It was just subject after subject, change after change.
Allie joined us and Denise.
Yeah. It was good fun, dude. We had a lot of fun. Did anybody text Nosy? Becca, did you text
Nosy? I wrote her on Facebook, but she didn't respond yet. Maybe should we call her on the phone?
See if she answers. Nosy, what are you doing? Well, she must be done. So I don't know. We're all laughed out. What the heck? Oh, there she is.
She's back.
There's Nosy. Ah, look at her. Is that a
Oh,
I don't know.
ripper and
I'm not
crew?
sure that's her. I mean, it might be her boyfriend.
I
I
don't
was laughing
know.
so hard. Oh,
Oh,
my
no, she
God.
I know. Look at my makeup's all gone. It's all under my eyes. I love your ripper and crew. Ripper and crew.
Yeah, what's fucked up is there's people out there that have fucking face masks that say Ripper, Nosy, and Crew. And I'm like, I don't even have a fucking mask that says Nosy.
I told
Well,
everyone that we're
But
changing it to say Clipper and Crew.
Flipper and crew.
I gotta sport my TLC, t-shirt.
Oh yeah. And another gear. Oh yeah, there you go.
TLC 1990s.
That's worth some money, man. You got yourself a vintage shirt. Mine just says, "Nope, not today." Like, nope, not today, man. Sorry, ain't happening.
I don't blame you.
That's why I should wear that 24/7. Not today. But no, most days are okay. I don't have to put up with assholes. And I'm glad that you let up all that steam because you know what? I feel like you let it out for me too. Because I can't stand them people either. Up there.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Carl,
we're back.
been to the I have not taken any shits during this live.
Maybe you just meant peeing. Because you made him laugh because you got a piece of
Dude,
laughing.
my bathroom is pretty spacious and it's private, and people, kids won't fuck with me in there, so I gotta, get in where I fit in.
There you go. Or go get his favorite from this closet. Dr. Suckman's getting a paddle for you, Nosy.
Okay, well, I gotta go put these fucking kids
To
get
bed.
them ready for dinner and bed.
Okay.
But if y'all are still live when I come back, I'll be right
Oh, we
back.
won't be. Because I'm getting off here. I gotta pee.
Yeah, I gotta get going too.
Okay. Well,
I love you guys. Thank you,
Maybe if
Becca.
you
I
want
don't
to
know
go
where
back
you
live
went.
later, in the middle of the night, maybe we'll do that.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll have that spreadsheet in the next 7 days for all the contacts. I say 7 days because it seems like it'll be pretty easy to
Just
put
because you gotta
together.
do 7 days. Uh-oh, what's happening?
It's a fucking rabbit hole in itself. So, yeah, maybe we can do another tweet storm or whatever in about a week or so.
Sounds good. Don't forget Sunday, tweet storm. Bring Brenda home and Governor Evers. Make sure you do it. And Nosy's going to get us a spreadsheet so we can contact the right contacts and get in on this shit and get it done the right way. Thank you, Becca. Don't know where you went. Love you. Love you, Jinx. Love you, Nosy. Thanks
Love
for
you
being
too.
here. Okay,
Thanks for
guys.
having
We'll
us.
see you later. Like I always said, be kind and keep others in mind.
Y'all have a good night. Stay safe.